Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, class 9th. How are you? I hope all of you are fine. I am your bio teacher. Today we will continue chapter number 3, that is about biodiversity. In this video we will discuss about binomial nomenclature. We will discuss the meaning of binomial nomenclature, then rules, and then significance of binomial nomenclature. Let's start from the definition of binomial nomenclature. Binomial nomenclature is the method of giving scientific names to living organisms. Okay, it's a method in which scientists give scientific name to living organisms. As a word, binomial suggests the scientific name of species consists of two names. Okay, the word binomial, bi mean two, nomial mean names. So it's mean the names that are given the scientific name, they are comprises of two words, two names. Okay, the first name is the genus name and the second name is the name of the species. Okay, bi mean two, nomial mean name, so it's mean scientific name of species consists of two names. The first name is genus name and the second one is the name of the species. Swedish biologist Carolus Linnaeus first introduced and adopted the system of binomial nomenclature. His system spread rapidly and became popular. Many of his names are in use today. Okay, so the system binomial nomenclature was first introduced by Carolus Linnaeus. Now let's start some rules which are universally adopted while suggesting and documenting scientific names. Okay. So first rule, scientific names are usually printed in italics, such as written here in case of Homo sapien. Okay, it is written in italics. But when handwritten, they are underlined. Okay. So scientific names are usually printed in italics such as Homo sapien, and when handwritten they are underlined. Now second rule, the first term, that is always generic name, always begins with capital letter, while species name is never capitalized even when derived from a proper name. Okay, so it's mean first name binomial nomenclature means comprises of two names, generic name and species name. So generic name always begins with capital letter and species name is never capitalized. Okay, then scientific name is generally written in full when it is first used. But when several species from the same genus are being listed, it may then be abbreviated by just using an initial for genus. For example, Escherichia coli, so we write like E. coli. Okay, so if we write a short form of Homo sapien, so we write H. sapien. Okay, so that is the short form. Okay, and we use that short form when different species from the same genus are being listed. Okay, so in that case we will use the initial letter for the genus name like E. coli. Sometimes organisms are named in honor of the research workers who described and classified them. Okay, it's mean on the name of the scientist or researcher, some names are given to that organisms. For example, orchid tree, that is also called as mountain ebony, was named as Bauhinia variegata after Swiss botanist Bohin, and Bauhinia variegata is ornamental tree found in Southeast Asia. Okay, so name of the botanist is Bohin, and on the name of Bohin, the scientific name given to orchid tree, that is Bauhinia variegata. Okay, so the name of orchid tree, the scientific name is Bauhinia variegata, and it's also called as mountain ebony, and this name is given on the name of the scientist, that is Bohen. Now the significance of binomial nomenclature. So first, common names cause many problems. Okay, so common names cause many problems. Different region have different name for same organisms. Okay, it's mean common name, same name for different organisms are used in different areas, so they cause problem. So common name cause many problem, like different region have different names for same organisms. For example, common name of onion in Urdu is piyaz, but in different region of Pakistan it is also known as ganda or basal or wasal. In other countries, it has other set of names. In science, it is known with a single name, that is ilam sepa. Okay, so for onion we use pyaz, ganda, basal, wasal. But when we talking about the scientific name, so there is one scientific name, that is ilam sepa. Now different organisms are called by same common name. Okay, different organisms are called by same common names. We have example of blackbird is used for crow as well as for raven. In science, it is known with single name as Carvus splendens. Sometimes common names have no scientific basis. For example, a fish is a vertebrate animal with fins and gills. Okay, so when we define fish, so fish are the vertebrate having vertebral column, they have fins, they have gills. But some common names of animals like silverfish, crayfish, jellyfish, and starfish do not fit the biologist's definition of fish. Look at this: starfish, jellyfish, silverfish, crayfish. Their name are includes the word fish, but these are not fish. These are invertebrates. Its mean vertebral column is absent in it, backbone is absent in it, and but their names are starfish, jellyfish, crayfish, and silverfish. So fishes are vertebrate, they live in water, breathe with gills rather than lungs, have paired limbs in the form of fins that help in the locomotion. They are cold-blooded, they are not able to maintain or regulate their internal body temperature. The body is covered with scales that protect their body. Okay, that is the proper description of the fish. But starfish, crayfish, silverfish, and jellyfish, these are not fishes, these are invertebrate organisms. And scientific name of starfish is Asterias robin. Asterias robens. Okay, let's see the advantages of binomial nomenclature. So because of that system, it helps to avoid all these confusion. Organisms are given scientific name by using binomial nomenclature. Okay, so all type of confusion are the common name in different languages, are different organisms are calling with same name. So these type of confusions are solved by using binomial nomenclature. Okay, so they help to avoid all these confusions. Organisms are given scientific name by using binomial nomenclature. Okay, number second, the value of the system is due to its widespread use and the stability of its name. Okay, it means that system binomial nomenclature is widely spread and they are used all around the world. In binomial nomenclature, every species can be identified with just two words. Okay, so every organism, every species, they are identified with two words, two names, that is the genus name and species name. Same name can be used all over the world in all languages, avoiding difficulties of translation. Okay, so because of binomial nomenclature, same name of organisms are used all over the word. Okay, so that's why this method is used. I hope you will understand the definition of binomial nomenclature and the rules and significance of binomial nomenclature. Thank you. Have a nice day.